Japan's relationship with the United States seemed to be on solid footing just a few months ago. South Korea is also one of the key allies of the US. But then came Trump. And all is not well between the friends now. After the Trump administration wrote a page-long letter to the Japanese and the South Koreans justifying Trump's decision to impose a 25% tariff, the Japanese Prime Minister called Trump's decision regrettable. Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba met with President Trump at the White House in February and pledged to significantly boost investment in the United States. The two leaders talked about their unwavering commitment to one of the most important bilateral relationships in the world, bar none. But now, Japan is dealing with diplomatic whiplash. On Monday, Trump delayed until 1st August tariffs that were supposed to take effect on Wednesday for dozens of countries. Japan was among a subset of countries that received letters directing them to change what the White House called unfair trade policies. The letter also carried information that Japan would be targeted with a new 25% tariff. Reacting to Trump's decision on Tuesday, Mr. Ishiba said Japanese government officials had engaged in earnest and sincere discussions with counterparts in the United States and called the US announcement deeply regrettable. Japan is among the two nations set to see an increase in the reciprocal tariff rate that Trump had announced in April. Japanese imports into the US will face a 25% levy, starting 1st August, according to the White House, higher than the 24% announced earlier. In May, the value of Japanese exports to the United States declined 11% from the same month a year earlier, according to government data. The value of transport equipment, including cars and auto parts, fell 8.2% that month. In 2022, total US goods and services trade with Japan was estimated to be $307.4 billion, according to the US Trade Representative. This includes $80.2 billion in US goods exports to Japan and $148.3 billion in US goods imports from Japan. Additionally, US services exports to Japan were estimated at $38.3 billion. In 2022, total US goods and services trade with South Korea was $224.5 billion, according to the US Trade Representative. This includes $94.4 billion in exports and $130.1 billion in imports, resulting in a trade deficit of $35.7 billion for the US. Thailand faces a 36% tariff on its exports to the US, one of the steepest rates among the 14 nations Trump mentioned Monday, unchanged from the April level. Malaysia, which saw its tariff rate rise to 25% from the previously threatened 24%, said it will continue to engage with the US to address outstanding issues. Malaysia is committed to continuing engagement with the US towards a balanced, mutually beneficial, and comprehensive trade agreement, the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry said in a statement Tuesday.